Hey everybody, how's it? Good morning. What a way to set this morning off, set this week off with my Metal Monday pick. Actually, I've got two today that I'm going to do, maybe even three. Let's see what kind of a mood that I'm in. We're doing Enslaved. I want to say, is it Havenless? Let's say Havenless, but Havenless. And thanks for hanging out last week. And I did drop that special one on Saturday. I know. I take weekends off. But I just decided to do that Pucifer and stuff like that. And then this week I'm going, woohoo, I'm going in way different directions. There's going to be some roots reggae coming. There's going to be some, straight pop kind of stuff coming. And so you guys are here for the journey. Oh, wait a minute. My headsets. All right, there we go. So thanks for your support. Any advertisements run on this? It's copyright claim by the publisher, songwriter, record company. If you want to support the channel, if you want to buy me a cup of coffee, link is below. The link is below also for this song without me yapping over it, and any Enslaved merch and stuff in their Spotify. So let's do this. Enslaved, Havenless. Oh God, if I'm saying that wrong, straighten me out. Please be gentle. All right.
They så sommer I det fjerne, men halva månveien inn mot jordas kjerne. Fortid er god, sent de for ifra nord, mot ei anna tid, mat og brenne ord. Framfor deg ei nyhetstid, de så sommer I det fjerne, men halva månveien inn mot jordas kjerne. Overwhelming, if there's no life for me, I don't care if it makes me blind. I don't care if I'm left behind. I see how one was dead. It's best still at me. I do not fear its eyes, because my destiny let it fly. I see walls to fight and climb. I see nothing on the other side. Should have roamed another space. Should have been another place.
Okay, first of all, drummer, full beast level on the kick. I mean, he hasn't stopped with the 16ths since he came in. What a very kind of really super cool riff that's going on. It's got this little semitone walkabout that's going around. So in other words, the semitones are notes that are very close, that are right on top of each other. One note, and then the next note up. It could be a sharp, it could be a flat, or it could be a natural. For those of you, remember, I'm doing this for the pure listener, so I don't go too much into any kind of ethereal stuff. But it gives this kind of in and out of like pensive, dark, edgy kind of vibe that it starts to pull you through. And it's really, for me, it's really kind of it's a really super cool maneuver musically and compositionally that gives you that kind of vibe. Also the bass, even though the bass is on top of it in unison in certain parts, the walking around when those little steps that are coming into the riff, that little area right there, really opens it up. Now at the very beginning, I didn't understand the language, so maybe you guys can tell me, since it's the first time I've ever heard of Enslaved and stuff, if it's whereabouts it is. I'm going to take a guess, and I'm going to say it's like Europe or something, or maybe somewhere in that area. But yeah, just that whole riff thing is very, and that's all we've been listening to really the last minute and a half now that we've been into this, is that riff that sets the tone. But the little semitone walk around says up, da 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 da. You know, it's just that really kind of dark, heavy, pensive little vibe going. So let's keep going here. Okay, so these tones, these soundscapes that are going on there, I take it that there is a keyboardist that's part of the band. If not, and this is actually part of the production, then I'm almost gonna guess, that's somewhere this song in the album, you know, because albums, like I've mentioned before, are pretty much usually written with as a complete journey. You know, and these are just different, you know, exit ramps from the main, you know, vision. Each song will have its own pocket. Like this one seems like it's like the way it's written, and the fact that they're at this point, 3 minutes into it, sparse on the melodic, you know, on singing and anything like that. That it's more like a visual. You know, this track was built for theater of the mind, because to me that's what the soundscapes seem to be about. At least that's what it does for me. Being that I don't know where we are in the journey in the album on this particular song, but it's taking me through kind of a purgatory kind of vibe here with that. But some of the soundscape actually has some tones. I did listen to some sounds that had these that actually carried a tone to it. So the difference between what I'm saying, a soundscape is, let's say, wind or thunder or effects, synthesizer effects that might, you know, make particular sounds. Some of them sometimes they're in tempo or something, but a lot of times they're that. Whereas the other ones I'm talking about, like when I said tonal, there could be like they're holding a couple notes on a keyboard that kind of long and drift and stuff like that. An instrument. So it's really trippy. This is like I'm listening to it, trying to stay away from it. That whole that was going on there. That too, to me, being that there's no vocals behind it and stuff, it's just very indicative of some kind of a dark march kind of vibe. You know, that's what it kind of reminds me of, like this, or it makes me feel like this is the middle of the album or something like that in the journey. I don't know. What do I know? You know, oh, shit, I'm almost at the end. Well, I'll back it up. You know, the growling effect that vocalists use on their voices. This one was really unique. This one was really, I felt a tightness in the performance, not in the sound, but the way that was performed, that growling part of it, as a part of the composition and arrangement. It's almost like changing the tones of a guitar and stuff, you know, give you different effects and dynamics. There's many different types of distortion you can put on a guitar, and I'm learning there's many different types of growling that a singer can do, a performer can do. And this one made me feel the tension of the moment of this particular track, you know. Now obviously, it really does sound, it sounds like a purgatorial chant, you know, kind of a thing to me, like kind of in the middle of, you know, some kind of a journey in there. But when that came in and stuff, that really sealed the deal for me, you know. And I also felt, it felt a little poltergeist. That's not a real word. But like, this is a really heavy track. It's a way to start off my Monday morning. And it's a really heavy vibe, and it really sits right here. Let me go back a little more. I'm sorry, where I stopped almost at the end of the song. So here we go. That was really cool. I think maybe it kind of reminds me, like I said, a little bit of, you know, let me ask you guys this. There are certain bands that have particular sounds in the way they write and perform, and it's almost like you can identify not cultures, but areas of the world in composition. Like there's a particular style of composition that let's just say the Europeans like to do, and then certain styles of compositions that, you know, American, North-South American, Central, it's just, there's just a very unique genre of what I would call cultural metal, it sounds like. I don't know. I'm getting in, I'm more and more into my journey now, so I can't say I completely am ignorant of certain things, because now I'm learning. You guys are teaching me, but that's why I just asked you this question. I mean, is it cultural metal? Is that it? I know it's not a genre, but it just seems like you could sit there and identify, going, wow, this sounds like it's, you know, Northern European, or this sounds like it could be from, you know, like, well, like the Who from Mongolia and stuff like that. In particular sounds and arrangements that you can hear cultural influences in it, and it's sometimes it's inconspicuous, but I kind of pull it out of the arrangements and stuff. Anyhow, thanks you guys for hanging out. I'm gonna do two more today, so hang it in there for Metal Monday, and thanks for going with me on this journey. Enslaved. If you have any other songs from Enslaved, please let me know which ones I should do. If you have any cool things I should know about the band, please let me know about that, because that's how I learn. I learn back and forth. I don't believe anything on the interweb, if you know what I mean. Sometimes people say things, I go, what? Let me look that up and see. But it makes me venture out and journey. Anyhow, thank you so much for the support and joining me this morning for a cup of coffee. Like I said, I got two more. That was super duper. And yeah, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. I beat the sun coming over the hill here, so I didn't get completely blinded out this morning. You guys take it easy. I'll see you in about 6 to 8 hours from now. All right.